Good day, everyone. We are a group number one, and we are here in your screen to discuss the topic that is given. It's all about the popular culture in the Philippines. So, by the way, I am Aganday Jocelyn Daramalo, a fourth-year criminology student, and I'm going to discuss about the popular culture in the Philippines. So, the term pop culture get thrown around a lot, but do you know what is actually meant by that? So, pop culture refers to popular culture which is aimed at the younger generation and is transmitted via the mass media. So, popular culture is essentially a set of beliefs, values, actions, object, or good and practices that are popular at any given time and space in our society. Yeah, just like every individual have a right to do whatever they really wanted to do, but as a Filipino culture, we have our thread value etiquette in ourselves. Then you have a freedom and a rights to what you like do to yourself, but then again, as being Filipino, that freedom have limitations. So, and yeah, also it can refers to things like art, literature, fashion, dance, film, television, magazine, and way of living. So, basic concept of popular culture. Popular culture or pop culture refers in general to the tradition and materials culture in the particular society. In the modern West, pop culture refers to cultural products such as music, art, literature, fashion, dance, film, cyberculture, television, and radio that are consumed by the majority of a society populations. Popular culture is those type of media that have mass accessibility and appeal. The term pop culture was coined in the middle of 19th century, and it is refers to the culture traditions of the people. In, con- in contrast to the official culture of the state of governing classes, in board use today, it is defined as qualitative terms. Pop culture is often considered a more superficial or lesser type of artistic expression. So let's move forward to the rise of popular culture. Scholars trace the origin of the rise of popular culture to the creation of a middle class generated by the Industrial Revolution. People who were configured into working classes and moved into urban environments far from their traditional farming life began creating their own culture to share with their co-workers as a part of separating from their parents and bosses. After the end of World War II, innovations in the mass media led to significant culture and social changes in the West. At the same time, capitalism, especially the needs to generate profits, took on the role of marketing. Newly invented goods were being marketed to different classes. The meaning of popular culture then began to merge with that of mass culture, consumer culture, image culture, media culture, and culture created by manufacturers for mass consumption. So different definitions of popular culture. So the first is that in his wildly successful textbook, Cultural Theory and Popular Culture, now in the 8th edition, British media specialized John Story offers six different definitions of popular culture. So the first one is that popular culture is simply culture that is widely favored or well liked by many people. It has no negative connotations. And the second one is that popular culture is whatever is left after your identified what high culture is. This definition, pop culture is considered inferior and it functions as a marker of status and class. The third one is that pop culture can be defined as commercial objects that are produced for mass consumption by non-discriminating consumers. So, in this term definition, popular culture is a tool used to elites to suppress or take advantage of the masses. Popular culture is folk culture. Sometimes some things that arises from the people rather than imposed upon them. Pop culture is authentic, created by the people. So of course, created by the people, as opposed to commercial, thrust upon them by commercial enterprises, just like what our society nowadays. So pop culture is negotiated, partly imposed on by the dominant classes and partly resisted or changed by the subordinate classes. Dominant can create culture, but the subordinates decide that they keep or discard. So this is the last one. Okay. The last definition of pop culture is discussed by Story is that in the post-modern world, in today's world, or yeah, now, the distinction between authentic versus commercial is blurred. In pop culture today, users are free to embrace some manufactured content, it for their own use, or reject it entirely and create their own. So that's the popular culture. Yeah, nowadays. So, and that is all that I'm going to discuss. So, thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. I am Grizel H. Chami from Section Charlie. So, for today's video, I would like to discuss the forms of culture. Forms of culture. Culture can be defined as all the ways of life, including arts, beliefs, institutions of a population that are passed down from generation to generation. Culture has been called the way of life for an entire society. As such, it includes codes of manners, dress, language, religion, rituals, and arts. And also, from the word culture, culture is culture is a way of life of a group of people, the behavior, beliefs, and symbols that are accepted generally without thinking about them, and that are passed along communication and imitation from one generation to the next. And then there are two basic types of culture. First, material culture, physical things produced by a society, which means material culture includes all of the physical things that people create and attach meaning to. Second, non-material culture, intangible things produced by a society. So, which means non-material culture includes creations and abstract ideas that are not, not embodied in physical object. So, the difference between non-material culture and material culture, ang non-material culture is concrete and tangible in nature, while ang non-material culture is abstract and intangible in nature. And then there are three types of forms of culture. First, religion. Second, socioeconomic status. Third, region within a country. So, religion. Religion is the most comprehensive and intensive manner of valuing known to human beings. So, which means ang religion, the belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially as a person, gods and gods. Second, socioeconomic status, a way of describing people based on their education, income, and type of job. So, socioeconomic status. When we say socioeconomic status, is usually described as low, medium, and high. People with a lower socioeconomic status usually have less access to financial, educational, social, and health resources than those with a higher socioeconomic status. And the last, region within a country. So, a region as an area of land that has common features, which means a region can be defined by natural or artificial features like language, government, or religion can define a region, as can forest, wildlife, or climate. Regions, large, even large or small, are the basic units of geography. That's all. Thank you.
Good day, ma'am. Here are the continuations of reporting in Group 1 on development of popular culture in the Philippines. Arising in America during 1960s, popular culture grew from diverse desires for international unity, recognitions of non-Western cultures, and the spread of global economic markets. The advent of American colonialism brought the properly so-called popular culture on the Philippines. The liberal policy regarding the printing press, soon through radio, television, and film, increased the circulation of popular cultural forms, not only through these forms but also in new media, then such as films. Films, broadcast, radio, and televisions all had a profound influence on culture. So urbanization, industrialization, and the mass media and the continuous growth in technology since the late 1700s have all been significant factors in the formation of popular culture. These continue to be factors shaping popular culture today.
Popular culture is the set of practices, beliefs, and objects that embody the most broadly shared meanings of social system. It includes media objects, entertainment and leisure, fashion and trends, and linguistic conventions, among other things. The most common forms of popular culture are movies, music, television, video games, sport, entertainment news, fashion, and various forms of technology. Some of us may be very selective in our consumption of popular culture, but it's difficult to find someone who has not been touched by popular culture at all.
So this is our topic, theories of popular culture. Theoretical lens theories, a framework that provides explanations and methods of our experiences of phenomena in the world. Popular cultural theories. First is gender theory. It is the study of masculine, feminine, and or queer behavior in any particular setting, community, civilization, or field of study, including but not limited to literature, history, sociology, education, applied linguistics, religion, health sciences, philosophy, and cultural studies. Ang gender theory is nay duha ka kuan, sex and gender. Pero ang duha kay nay differences. Like sex is refers to psychologically observable human body categories such as female and male or intersex. Ang sex is gabase ra sa female and male. And the second is gender. It is a societal expectations, roles, and behaviors. Ang gender is daghan sig kanang pagpipilian like LGBTQ. Ang gender is na posibilidad nga mautro pa. Next is Marxism and hegemony. It is the dominance of culturally diverse society by the ruling class who manipulates the culture of that society. Their beliefs and explanations, perceptions, values, and more so that the worldview of the ruling class become the accepted cultural norm. So, our Marxism is an economic and socio-political worldview and contains with a political ideology for how to change and improve society by implementing socialism. The term hegemony, it is refers leadership, dominance, or great influence that one entity or group of people has over others. Next is cultural liberalism. It's a social philosophy which expresses the social dimension of liberalism and favors the freedom of individuals to choose whether to conform to cultural norms. Henry David Thoreau is often expressed as the right to march to the beat of different drummer. Cultural liberalism is gabisya sa freedom sa usag-usa. And the next reporter is Miss Chrisyami Amoy.
So, this is the continuation of our topic entitled Theories of Popular Culture. Liberal pluralism. The prevailing worldview associated with capitalism. It is the conviction that liberty and equal rights are essential. In liberal pluralism, ang liberty and equal rights are essential or necessary. Liberal pluralism is a brief book on three large topics. Pluralism as a theory of value. Liberalism as a theory of politics. Mass society. Refers to contemporary society as both a monolithic force and a disaggregated collection of people. So, ang mass society is an ideology can be seen as dominated by a small number of interconnected elites who control the conditions of life of the many, often by means of persuasion and manipulation. Cultural industry. It is a period of enlightenment. Example of cultural industry: film, television, radio, music, books, and press. Globalization of culture. The rapid movement of ideas, attitudes, meanings, values, and cultural products across national borders. Example of globalization of culture: food, tourism, the media, and sports are example of globalization of culture. The last one is interactionism. The theory that there are two entities, mind and body, each of which can have an effect on the other. Interactionism is a theory that focuses on how individuals interact. It argues that people's actions are based on the meanings they assign to things, which can differ depending on the person and can change over time. That's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Mark Anthony Bag-o, base screen for Charlie. I'm going to report about social aspect of popular culture. Social aspect of popular culture is the set of practice, beliefs, and objects that embody the most broadly shared meanings of social system. It includes media object, entertainment and leisure, fashion and trends, and linguistic convention, among other things. Popular culture is usually associated with either mass culture or folk culture, and differentiated from high culture and various institutional culture, political culture, educational culture, legal culture, and etc. What are the social aspects of culture? Through culture, people and groups define themselves, conform to society's shared values and contribute to society. Those culture includes many societal aspects, language, custom, values, norms, mores, roles, tools, technologies, products, organizations, and institutions. That's all. Thank you.